I'm Lucas Hamlisher, reporting for TremonsterTV. Today we're here at the Tremont Montessori School for a meet and greet with the staff members and new principal, Natalie Celeste. We're going to learn more about what makes Montessori education so special, like what it means to follow the child, to strike the imagination in the child, and more about peace education. Let's go inside and take a look.
Primarily, I'm a Montessori trained person, and as that kind of administrator, that's the focus that I look at with my classes. This is my first year here at Tremont Montessori, and so it's the opportunity for all of us to keep asking that question, what will work best for our students? Dr. Montessori was very clear, first and foremost, it's the dignity of the person. And so we all learn to interact with each other in a way that is respectful and maintains the dignity, even if we disagree. Ultimately, what I want is when a child leaves 8th grade, they can have any high school of their choice. They can go to MC STEM or John Hay, or they can go down to Lincoln West for the Metro Health Partnership. They can go to any school and feel ready. Currently, when we hit 4th grade, we have 4 or 5 together, and then we have 6th, 7th, and 8th as our middle school. The primary focus for us has always been following the child, and that is a Montessori theory. You follow the child, you know what you need to do next as an instructor. And when you're in a public system, what that means is we have the responsibility to know what's expected of them on those tests, or what's expected of them when they go to different high schools. And our teachers are constantly preparing. What you would find if you walked into a typical classroom, if you see these mats in front of me, those are called work mats. And the students would be all over the room probably. They're not sitting in rows and at desks and chairs by themselves. They're working on pretty big material. And usually it's material that they've chosen. They didn't choose it out of thin air. There's what we call work plans. And that is the teacher is constantly looking and assessing what the child has done, where their gaps might be. Most of our materials that are Montessori materials are didactic and they're self-correcting. So a child should be able to catch the mistakes that they made, but if they haven't, the teacher will see, oh, they missed this part, they need another lesson on this, or they need more practice on that. So the work is, that's why when I say it's child-centered and it's child-driven, there's choice, but there's choice within the framework of what they've been doing and where they need to go. For us as Montessorians, you see our materials, right? They look a little different than what you would see on an assessment. And so the teacher is the person who really facilitates, who bridges that gap of how to get them prepared for that OST or how to be ready. When they're following the child, it's really about that informal, it is another form of assessment, but it's the more informal assessment. And that is, what do I see with my eyes? What am I noticing that they're doing? When I interact with them, what you'll see with some teachers, they'll have checklists where they're then taking notes. They'll have the scholars' names there, and they'll be taking notes as they're going around. And then their lesson planning is really to think about what materials they can introduce, or what students, because we have multi-age, it is the opportunity for young people to be leaders to each other. So who is really good with that piece that would work with this student around that topic? When it's done well, I think fundamentally a child realizes that they're here, that this is a job, that they're here to learn.
And don't forget that Montessori education is tuition free. I hope this gave you a better understanding about what makes the staff, principal, and education at the Tremont Montessori School so unique. I'm Lucas Hamlisher for TremonsterTV.